Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and welcome to Vox Yoga. Today's practice is to balance and unblock the throat chakra. So chakras are physical expressions of emotional experiences. So if your throat chakra is blocked, this might translate in problems in the neck, the throat, the thyroid, but often we'll actually feel a lump in the throat, which may not be a physical issue, but rather our emotions telling us that something's a bit stuck. So although the throat chakra could be about our voice, it's actually about communication, expression, and being able to speak our truth. So today's practice is going to have some targeted poses and postures for the throat chakra. We'll also weave an affirmation into this and finish with a nice relaxation. So we'll get a little bit more heat in this practice. So if you would prefer a restorative practice for the throat chakra, you can check that one out here. This is suitable for all levels. There'll be maybe one tricky posture, but I will give an alternative if you'd rather do that one. This is actually a taster for an upcoming live class that I'm running, but I'll give you a bit more information about that at the end so we can get stuck into today's practice. Come to a comfortable seated position on the mat. You can sit cross-legged, on a blanket or a block, kneeling in lotus pose, whatever feels the most supported for you. So find your seated position, bring the hands to the lap or the knees, and then if you're comfortable doing so, shut the eyes. Come to your breath. Focus on your inhale and exhale, in and out through the nose. Use the breath to keep the spine long. Know that you're taking a moment today for your practice. Our affirmation is, I speak my truth clearly. So either out loud or in your head, repeat this to yourself. I speak my truth clearly. The sound connected with the throat chakra is hum. So rather than opening the practice with an om, we'll start with a nice hum today. So bring your right hand to your heart. Then on a comfortable pitch of your choice, inhale. Release the hand. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed or open them to see the video, but we'll start with some gentle neck stretches. Drop the chin to the chest. Breathe space into the back of the neck. Roll the chin over to the right. Breathing into the left side of the neck. And rolling the head over to the left. Feel the stretch down the right side of the neck. And just gently rolling from side to side, half circles here. We'll just remind ourselves throughout the practice to keep the neck and the jaw soft. Good. Bring it back to center and lift the chin. Coming to a twist, bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind you, twisting from the solar plexus, looking over the right shoulder. Breathe here. Again, use the breath to keep the spine long. On each exhale, see if you can twist a little further. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center. We'll go to the other side. So right hand to the left knee, and that left arm comes behind you. And again, really twisting from the solar plexus, not cranking from the neck, just gently looking over the left shoulder. Breathe here. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center. Lifting the right arm up, left arm comes just behind you, bending at the elbows to bring the hands behind the back. Your hands might touch here, they might not. If they don't, you could use a strap or hold the t-shirt for support, or let the fingertips touch or hands interlace. Wherever you are, keep the neck long, making space across the chest and the throat. Breathe here. And release, swapping sides. Left arm comes up, bending at the elbows. Breathe here. It might feel completely different on this side. Again, keeping the neck long, feeling a sense of openness through the throat and the chest. And release the arms, drop that left arm, roll the shoulders. And we'll make our way to tabletop, hands and knees. So bringing the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. We'll start some cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, round the back, navel gently draws to spine, looking to the knees. Follow your breath. So inhale, tailbone lifts, chest lifts, look forward. Exhale, tailbone tucks, rounding the back, looking down. So continue your cat-cows, but this time on your exhale, stick the tongue out and exhale through the mouth. So we're adding a lion's breath to our exhale. So you'll feel a nice stretch through the tongue, sense of release as you sigh it out. 2 more. Bring it back to center. Find your neutral spine here. Then bringing weight into the right knee and the right hand, extend the left leg back. Then we'll open up to the left hand side, coming onto the inner edge of the left foot. The right foot naturally swings over and we'll lift the left arm up here. Breathe. So this is a side plank variation or a gate pose. And once more, we'll remind ourselves to keep our neck soft by just looking up and down gently. Feel pressing through the fingertips and the palm here. Final breath. Great, then look down first to come out of it. Bring the left hand back to the mat, pivoting to make the hips square, and bring the left knee back to tabletop. Just do 1 cat-cow here to reset. And come back to your neutral spine to go on the other side. So pressing into the left palm, the left knee, extend the right leg back. Then opening up to the right, so we go onto the inner edge of the right foot. Left leg spins round, opening the right arm to the sky. Once more, keeping the neck soft with some gentle movement. In a moment in our practice later, we'll be coming through Wild Thing. If that's a bit much, this can be your alternative as well, so you can always come back to this pose later. One final breath here. Great, then look back at the mat. Right hand comes down, we spin so our hips face forward. Right knee to the left, we'll sit back for child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, extend the arms forward. Bring the forehead to the mat here. Breathe space into the back. And then we'll come back to our hum. Again, on a pitch of your choice. Inhale. Hum. Lift the torso, we'll make our way to downward facing dog. So bring the knees back under the hips, then tuck the toes, extend the legs, seat to the sky, downward dog. Pedal the feet out here, a little bit of movement is great, or you can find stillness. Great, then walk the feet to the hands slowly. We'll meet in a standing forward fold. Just nod and shake the head here. Let the arms hang. Then tuck the chin and slowly roll up to stand. And take a few full breaths in and out through the nose. I speak my truth clearly. Make sure you're at the top of your mat in mountain pose. Find your standing alignment. And we'll flow with the breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, lift halfway, look forward, hands to shins. Exhale, forward folds, plant the palms. Inhale, step back, plank, option to drop the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, come down to the mat. Inhale, slide forward and up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, release to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. So in a moment, we'll be coming to Wild Thing and we'll come through a side plank briefly. So you have your previous option if this posture feels a little bit too much for you. So bring the weight to the right hand, just shift the weight forward slightly. Then we come onto the edges of the feet here, opening up to the left. Bring the left hand to the left hip to lift the hips to the sky. Great, then lifting the left leg, bending at the knee, placing it behind you here. A bit more support. So come onto the toes of the left leg, then extend the left arm up and over if that feels good. So the heart lifts towards the ceiling, towards the sky. So ensure you're pressing through the right fingertips and the palm. That right shoulder is over the right wrist. Breathe here, feel space across the throat and the chest. Good, let's release, look down first. pivoting on the right foot, bring the left hand back to the mat. Reset for downward facing dog. Option to breathe here or in child's pose, or you can take a vinyasa. And we'll go on the other side, so bringing the weight into the left hand first, coming onto the outer edges of the feet to open up to the right. Bring the right hand to the hip first, lifting up through the hips. Right knee bends to the ceiling and then places on the floor behind you. Wild thing. Good, pressing through the left foot, lifting the hips. Arm can extend up and over to open the throat and the heart. Breathe here. And release, looking back to the hand first, pivoting on the back foot, right hand to meet the left. Downward facing dog once more, breathe here, take child's pose or take a vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog, and let's do one final lion's breath. Inhale through the nose, side out, stick the tongue out. You bend the knees, step, hop or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll lift halfway, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, mountain. Breathe here. I speak my truth clearly. Release the hands if they're in prayer. Tuck the chin and slowly roll down to a forward fold. And slowly make your way to seated. Come to lie on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor. So coming to bridge pose first. Feel the length of the spine and the neck on the mat. You have the option, depending how your body is made really, so you take hold of your ankles with your hands. So set yourself up. Then on your next inhale, you're just going to lift from the hips and breathe here. So imagine you've got a piece of string from the pelvis up to the ceiling. You can interlace the hands underneath to press out of the floor, or again, you can take hold of the heels or the ankles, depending on what's best for your body. Breathe here. Inhale, exhale, release slowly back down to the mat. Hug the knees. And bring the feet back down. Options now, so you can take that bridge one more time, or if it's in your practice already, you've done it with a yoga teacher in a studio, you can take shoulder stand or plow pose. If you do take shoulder stand, I'd encourage you to explore putting a blanket under the shoulders to keep the neck in line, and of course engage the core and use your hands to support the back. So whichever option you are taking, work with the breath and come into that posture now. Wherever you are, release back down to the mat. Final option now, you can either extend the legs out long for Shavasana, or if you have a wall nearby, it's really nice to finish with legs up the wall pose. If you're doing that, get your sit bones, your bum as close to the wall as possible, and then just sawing the legs up the wall, keeping the spine long on the floor. Hands come out to the sides in either posture, palms face up. Breathe here, in and out through the nose. Let the breath wash over the body. I speak my truth clearly. If you wish, you can seal your practice with one final hum. Hum. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. You can ignore the end of the video, or slowly and mindfully make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Thank you for joining me for this practice. If you've enjoyed this and would like to explore it further, I'll be running a 75-minute live practice on Sunday the 25th of July. This will be online and it'll be recorded if you can't make it live. As we've done today, we'll be doing some targeted postures and poses for the throat chakra. We'll get some energy moving, but we'll also have some more restorative postures as well. We'll weave a few more affirmations and vocalizing through the class to really feel like we're unlocking our voice, and there'll be a relaxation at the end. So if you'd like to find out more, check out the description box below and there'll be a link so you can book your spot. If you've enjoyed this video today, hit like, hit subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.